We have Azat Kashparov and Andrew Kulikov. I'm hoping I said those names right. Both of them work for the Social Links company, and they're going to be presenting on extracting and analyzing social networks and social network data efficiently and very technically. So I'm going to turn this over to our speakers now.
Hello, everyone. Thanks us to organize this amazing event and for opportunity to be a part of OSINT community. And thanks you all for coming. And the theme of our seminar is devolved to free OSINT tools that we use daily in our work. We have specially selected the tool which don't require programming skill, but can provide the full cycle of resource investigation. But first of all, the next slide, please. But first of all, I would like to introduce myself and my today's expert. My name is Andrei. I'm CEO and CPO of Social Links, and Azat, head of research and development department, the best specialist in data gathering who I ever see. Okay, next slide. And a few words about why we can talk about it. For 6 years, we have been developing OSINT data gathering and analysis tool. During this time, we have analyzed more than 50 different data sources and developed more than 1,000 data gathering methods. Our platform, Social Links Pro, is used by 10,000 users who make us average 17 million requests per year. In 2020, we closed 1,400 change requests and issues connected with the changing and sources which we use to gathering data. Everybody know about changing and UI, Facebook UIs last year. This is a good example. Our average SLA for closing such issues is 8 hours. It means that we should find new methods for getting information very fast. And today we are going to share with you our experience. Okay, and now I give you a word to Azat, and we should enjoy the seminar and get new knowledge. Azat?
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Hello, everyone. I would like to start by telling that there are many different types of open data sources, such as websites, special libraries like TDLib for Telegram, REST API like People, Companies House, database leaks, Darknet, and even Android and iOS. But today I am going to be talking about the first one, investigating websites. I will share with you tools that I use myself. They are free and easy to learn. You as an investigator can use them too. Next slide, agenda. Then I'm going to cover, this is what I'm going to cover, DevTools. DevTools is a tool that is built in your browser, JSON viewer. With this tool, you can study your JSON structures in convenient way. Also, I will show you how can we send our HTTP requests inside our browser, and later I'll show you how can we send these requests outside our browser with special programs. Then I'll show you how can we trace all the traffic that is made by your browser and your programs. And at the end, I'll show you a couple of useful tools that I use also during my investigations. And I will start by telling about DevTools. DevTools is a tool that is built in for web developers, but has proven itself very useful for OSINT community. So we use this tool, and I'm going to show you how I work with this tool in Google Chrome. In other browsers, they have the same functionality. I will start with practical case. This case will show how I work with LinkedIn. To work with LinkedIn, you have to log in this site, but I also warn you that you should never use your own account for these purposes because you'll risk banning your account. I actually did ban my own account. It was a big loss, so never do that. Next slide. Here we go. I have also this is a screenshot. I've opened the post in LinkedIn. This post was made by Bill Gates. This is URL address. And I opened in this post the list of reactions, the list of profiles who made these reactions on this post. And when I scroll down this post, a new batch of reactors is loaded. And I want to know what is happened under your browser. To see that, I open DevTools. You see this at the bottom. You can open it by clicking F12 on your keyboard, by clicking F12, or just from this panel. And I have to open. We have to open the tab that is called Network, and there we will see all the requests that are made by our browser. Then I just scroll down a bit, and a new request appears here. And when I click to this request, I see the request. I see the URL that is called, and I also can see that all the parameters that are used in this request. The first one is count. We defines how many profiles we are expecting from LinkedIn. Start works like offset, points where we should start, and thread URN actually is an identifier of this post. And also we can see headers. The first one, accept. This is special for LinkedIn. It impacts the output of this network. Then also we see CSRF token, very essential token actually. You will see it later. Referrer shows where we are located now with this URL. User agent represents our browser. And also I've erased cookies because I don't want you to know my account data. Never share this information to other people. And a couple of settings there. The first one is preserve log. It helps you not to lose all the requests that are made in your browser in this list. If you don't set this setting and update your browser, everything will start from scratch, and you will lose all your information. The second setting is disable cache. All the temporary browsers are optimized, and one of the optimizations is cache. When you load a large sites, they are loading a lot of tiny files and they are all preserved in your device. And when you open this large site again, you will get your site will open faster because all these tiny files will be loaded from your computer, not from the network. Sometimes it's useful to disable cache so that when you open a site, you will see all the tiny files that are loaded. Slide. Now I'm going to show you that in this tool we are also able to debug JavaScript. That is behind. To do that, we can, for example, just click on our request, move to tab that is called initiator, and there we see all the stack of JavaScript that is called before this request was made. And there I see the interesting name of the function that is called scroll. And this function defines what happens when I scroll down this list. I can click on this file, and it will move me to the JavaScript itself. But as you see, it's not readable. It's not formatted. But I can just click to pretty print, and all my script is readable now. Yes, and this is that function. I can also put there breakpoints. It means that when there is a breakpoint and program executes there, it will see that I wanted it stop there and give me control over this program. So when I scroll down, it stops. And I see all the call stack, all the variables, and I can also decide what should this program do, take control, and it helps you to get to know. For example, in my I had a couple of experience when I investigated a couple of sites and got to know how some of tokens are generated there. It was really useful. Later, I was able to program it and use automatically. The next thing I want to talk about is function that is called edit and resend. Unfortunately, it's not present on Google Chrome, but you can use it in Firefox. Yes, these screens are from Firefox. You have to just find the request that interests you and click by right click of your mouse, and you see this dialog appears. That is called new request. You see all the parameters that are presented here. You can change on whatever you like, and click send, and your request will be sent. Sometimes it's useful, but there is also I also want to show you how can we study the responses from, for example, LinkedIn. I have a couple of tools that I want to share that they're called JSON Parser Online and Online JSON Viewer. To do that, I have to get this JSON. Here you see this JSON in my from our first request. It's presented on the tab that is called response. I just have to copy it from there and paste it there. And now this unreadable long string becomes readable. Everything under we can see names, occupations, and all the data that is obtained from the LinkedIn. This tool, I often use this tool, but sometimes I also use the second one, online JSON viewer, because it works faster with especially with large JSONs, and it's also better when you open JSON that has HTML inside this JSON. So it represents this HTML better. Now I'm going to show you how can we send requests from our browsers by using special extensions. I myself use yet another REST client. I'll show you. First of all, I just have to copy my URL of that request and click send request. But my result is my request is failed because something is just copying this URL is not enough. It turns out, and it says that we need some CSRF. But I remember that I had this header that is called CSRF, and I can copy this header from my request from DevTools to this extension and see and send my request again. Now my request succeeds, and I see a response. But interesting fact that I didn't put any cookies, but how about authorization? It turns out that when we are in the same browser, cookies are sent automatically, so you don't have to worry about it. The next thing. Yes, and now we are going outside our browsers, and I'm going to talk about Postman. This is really powerful tool. It can help you a great deal of time. With it, you can manage a lot of requests easily. First of all, it has the thing that is called workplaces. When you change workplaces, everything is changed in this program. And inside workplaces, you can create your collections. Inside your collections, you can save your requests. And also you can log in this program, so that when you move to another device, you can log in there too, and your all data will be synchronized, and you just continue your work in this device without additional stuff. Now I am going to show you how we can easily copy requests from DevTools to Postman. It's done easily. Just right click on your mouse, copy, and copy as curl. And this request, when just and in Postman we have to click import, row, then choose raw text, copy, and what is left is to click continue. And our request is 100% in Postman. You see all the parameters there. You can change them, disable them, enable, or add new ones. Everything is under your control. You also can see that all the headers are copied also too. You can also manage them whatever you want. then we can also send this request and get results. You see that everything works. You can also, for example, change parameter count from 10 to 12 or 30, and you will get more results as from LinkedIn, but you have to remember that all the resources have their limits. So, for example, I cannot just put there 1 million and expect that LinkedIn will get me all the million reactions at once. You can also easily save your response to a file or just copy it. You can also save your request into another programming languages. If, for example, Java, JavaScript, Node.js, PHP. Yes, and of course, Postman has its analogs. For example, Insomnia. It's also a free tool, but it's not that rich in functionality in comparison to Postman. So I prefer to use Postman. And also we have the tool that is called PO. It's only for Mac OS only, but it's a good tool. I don't have Mac OS, so I don't use it. The next tool is Fiddler. With Fiddler, you can trace all the traffic that is made by your browsers, by your programs. It works like a proxy. So that means that it's not easy for this program to decrypt HTTPS to make it decrypt your HTTPS traffic. You have to trust a special certificate that is made by this program. Second, yes, there you see. We just open option tab, HTTPS, click decrypt HTTPS traffic, and also click trust root certificate. And after that, all your HTTPS requests will be decrypted, and you can study them. There you also see that list of requests that are made. 1 second. Yes. In that case, I've opened the official page of Microsoft, and here you see, there you see all the details. In Inspector tab, cookies, HTML result. So everything is under your control. Also, you can open the tab that is called connections. You can there click one option that is called allow other devices to connect to this proxy. It enables other computers, devices on your network also use this program, and you will see all this, all the traffic that is made by those devices in your device. In Fiddler, we have a tool that is called Composer. With this tool, you can just drag and drop your request into this tool, and it reminds me the tool that is called edit and send in in Firefox. And there you can edit your request also and click execute, and your request will be sent. Another tool that is called autoresponder. Since Fiddler works like a proxy, it enables you to change the response. There I set this tool to change the official page of Microsoft to some text file and enabled the rule. And after that, yeah, I open the official page of Microsoft, and instead of this of the official page, I see some text file. But you can have some troubles changing tiny files like JavaScript that are loaded with a main page because of course policy in your browser. For example, I show you how I enabled replacing one JavaScript file into the same text file, and when I open the official page of Microsoft and inside of DevTools, I see that my request was refused and I didn't loaded this file. But it's not a problem because in Google Chrome you can just install special extension that is called course unblock and enable it, and after that you can update your page, and now it works. Our request was changed. This tool also useful for web developers because they can see all the requests that are made by this tool. They can see the size of the files that are loaded, so they can see if their site are optimized, and also they can see all the wrong requests that are made. So it's also very useful for web developers. This tool, Fiddler, was created in using C# language, so it can be opened only in Windows, but it's not a problem because Telerik, the company that is created this tool, has also created another tool that is called Fiddler Everywhere. It's called cross-platform, but has less functionality, but it's not a problem because all the tools that I have mentioned before, they are all there. Here you see the screen of this program, autoresponder, and yes, decrypted HTTPS request. And also 3 useful tools that I used during my investigations. The first one is HTML formatter. It just helps you reformat your HTML so that it will be easy to read. Here is example. I just put there some HTML that is really in bad looking, and after I click to format, after I click format, as a result, I got formatted HTML, and now I can read it and study all the content inside this HTML. The next tool is called URL encode decode. It's also a site. With that, you can easily encode or decode URL parameters that are inside of the requests. Sometimes it's really useful because it's at your hand. You just open the site and put there your parameter and easily encode or decode. And the last one is called base64. And encode and decode. These tools are help you to easily decode and encode base strings that are presented in base64 format. For example, I open in my at the left you see encoder. I put the string that I allow OSINT. Then I click encode, and as a result, I get a string in base64 format, and I can copy this string into decoder and click decode, and I get back my string that I was before. During investigations of websites, I come across a lot with base64 strings, so I had to use them a lot during my investigations. This is a really useful tool. Now there is a list of sources that I have investigated by these programs. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and the rest. So this is it about my talking. Thank you for listening, and I hope that these tools will help you with your investigations. Thank you again.